Join me today while we declutter our entire living room and kitchen. If you guys are new here, my name is Katie. I'm 27 and we're moving from an apartment to a house for the first time. And just because we're gonna have more space technically in our house does not mean that I need to bring more things with me. I'm trying to clear out all of the clutter in our apartment before we move so we can start with a fresh slate in our house. If you guys haven't watched part 1 of this series, I did post a closet clean out. I ended up donating 2 full garbage bags of clothing that I just did not need. I am such a hoarder when it comes to clothes, and it felt so good to clear all of that out. So I'm excited to get going on today's video, and let's do some decluttering. Just put Chloe down for a nap. I've noticed recently in my videos that whenever I'm vlogging and I put Chloe down, I tend to talk a little bit quieter because her bedroom is so close to like everything else in our apartment, and I just feel like I gotta talk quieter, otherwise she's gonna hear me and wake up. Yeah, it's always hard for me. We're gonna try and get this done hopefully while she's napping. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it all. I'm gonna start underneath the sink because that's just something I really don't want Chloe to be up for when I'm going through it, and obviously like getting into the cleaners and stuff like that that I have stored underneath here. I have not gone through this in probably years. We've lived in this particular apartment for 3 years. I don't know what kind of clutter we have in here, so we're gonna find out. Under the sink here, I feel like I've stayed pretty good as far as like not building up with a lot of cleaning products and stuff that we don't need. Now it definitely does need to be like reorganized, but there is like a bunch of painting stuff. We have like our apartment paint colors so we can patch things up, stuff like that. So I know that I don't need to go through all of that stuff. So I'm just gonna leave that back there, but I guess I'll reorganize these bins and see if there's anything that we don't need. Underneath the sink were so dirty. Feels good already to like get rid of some stuff. We're gonna move on to the living room now because that's just another area that Chloe will easily get into all the things if she ends up waking up. I just put away all of her toys, so those baskets on that shelf right there are just a part of her toy rotation. We're not gonna go through her toys right now. I think they're all actually like pretty good. There's not really anything that I want to get rid of. She still plays with pretty much all of them. We're gonna go through this little TV cabinet. I honestly have no idea what's in here, so let's see what's in here. Okay, a little secret about this cabinet actually is it's supposed to be see-through. We got this from IKEA and I love it, but I don't like the fact that you can see everything in it. So I just took black paper and taped it behind the doors, and it's actually worked out pretty well. I obviously just need to use better tape to keep it up. So maybe we'll fix that today if we have time. Oh, okay, it's literally falling off. I have a whole stash of candles, as you can already see. Usually Andrew's Xbox is here, but he took that. He's gone on deployment and he took his Xbox with him. This is actually like, I don't know how we have this empty shelf here. Like we could be using this for toy storage or whatever. I feel like we could just utilize this cabinet a little bit better. We have a DVD player in here and I honestly don't know if we're gonna really use it. And we have all of these DVDs. So that might be something that I'm gonna have to wait and ask Andrew if he thinks that we should still keep it or not. We can play DVDs like through his Xbox, so if we like really wanted to watch something, we could just use that. So I might think about actually getting rid of the DVD player. I don't know, like, do you guys have a DVD player in your home, or is that something that you're just like, you feel like you don't need anymore because like we don't even really use it? We're just gonna leave that whole thing alone, all the movies and everything. I hate to do that because I'm supposed to be decluttering, but I really don't know what to do with it. Now this cabinet, I know there's a lot of candles. I am a candle hoarder. These are all of my vinyls for my record player, which I need to get like an actual, some sort of like storage system for this. This is not even all of my seasonal candles for fall, Christmas time and everything. And this is a little bit ridiculous. I definitely need to get rid of some. Maybe we can like give them away, donate them. I don't know, because a lot of them, literally barely anything left. Same thing with this one. Like literally I've burned basically all of it. I'm gonna try and get all my candles into just one bin and not let myself go overboard. I don't know why. Every time I go out, I think I need to buy a new candle. coffee table that does this. It's been amazing, especially when Chloe was first born and I was breastfeeding, so I could have like my stuff up here while I sat on the couch with her. Anyway, it's also really nice for storage, and I know that we store a lot of like games in here and stuff, and I don't think it's actually looking too bad in here. I just want to go through and make sure that there's nothing in here that we don't need. Get good lighting over here because of all the windows, but we're gonna start over here in the kitchen and work our way around. I'm not really gonna be organizing things today as much as I would love to. I love to organize things, but it really just doesn't make sense. It would be kind of a waste of time since we're just gonna move into a new kitchen and I'm gonna have to figure that one out. We're just gonna get rid of clutter, and I know that the stuff in here is gonna make me really sad because we have all of Chloe's baby bottles and she has not used these forever. Like, she literally never uses a baby bottle. So I think it's time to finally get rid of all of these, and I need to look up if like there's somewhere that I can donate them because it feels like a waste to throw them away. I'm gonna set these aside for now, but I know that we need to get rid of these. Everything in this cabinet we actually pretty much use. The only things that I'm debating getting rid of is this Munchkin cup. I've heard a lot of people say that it leaks. We ended up really liking the, I don't know if it's OXO or OXO, but that brand of same kind of like little straw cup for Chloe, and she had a really hard time also drinking out of this one, I think because it has like that weighted straw thing. So I don't know, I'll try it again with her when she gets up and see if she'll still use it, and we'll just hang on to that. I don't know if I want to keep this little honey bear cup. This was perfect for teaching her how to drink out of a straw, but like she doesn't really need it now and it kind of leaks a lot. So I don't know if I'm like hanging on to it because I'm like emotionally attached to it because she was so little and learning how to use a straw, or if we actually need it. I might just get rid of it. It makes me sad. The other thing I found in here was this little snack cup that attaches to the Skip Hop Activity Center. I've never used this with her before in it. I feel like the snacks would just end up everywhere. We have those like closed snack containers for her already. When I sell the Skip Hop, I feel like I need to have this with it. So I'm just gonna put this back up here. I know that it sounds like I'm keeping clutter, but there's also a couple of cups up there that she's just like not ready to use. And then same thing with these. She hasn't quite figured out how to use these, but I think that she will. And they'll be really good for like teaching her how to drink out of a normal cup. So we're gonna keep those. Everything else in here is pretty much good. I don't really collect that many mugs because I like drinking iced coffee. Mainly just the bottles and the bottle warmer that I need to get rid of. I think that is it for this cabinet. These two drawers, I'm really not excited to go through. I feel like everybody has a junk drawer and I try so hard to keep it organized. We're gonna quickly go through these ones next. This other drawer is just full of all of Topper's stuff for outside and his treats and everything. So we're gonna go through everything in those. You guys have a golfer in your house, you always find golf balls and tees literally everywhere. Honestly, there's not much in this cabinet that I need to get rid of. I think I'm gonna get rid of this little dishwasher basket. This was for Chloe's bottles and pacifiers. We wash all of her pacifiers by hand. There's really no point in keeping this, I don't think. I guess you could put like teethers or toys in here, but we just like wash everything by hand. This was mainly for her bottles, so I think I'm gonna get rid of that. I also have these two organizers that I'm not using. This is like a Lazy Susan organizer, and I would normally get rid of these these if I couldn't find a use for them, but I might be able to in the new house. So I'm gonna just keep them for now and see if I can use them in the new house. And if there's not a spot for them, then I'll have to get rid of them then. Okay, now for this set of drawers, I think everything in this top drawer is to keep. We have our drying mat for our dishes, a couple of trivets and oven mitts, so that's fine. Now this drawer, we definitely need to go through because I am officially weaning from breastfeeding. I'm only doing 1 feeding a day and I'm gonna drop that pretty soon here. So obviously I'm not using any pumping supplies or anything. These are my Mom Cozy pumps. I think I'm gonna look it up and see if I can save these for next baby. I'm sure they can just be like sterilized before that happens. These were so handy for my breastfeeding days. Okay, so I looked it up and you can keep your breast pumps for next baby. I did get the Spectra through insurance. I might keep these little extra pieces just because they might be handy for next time to have replacements. All of these valves and stuff cannot be used for next baby just because they might not work as well with suction. They said to like store everything in a Ziploc bag and then obviously you sterilize before you use. I can always just buy the valves again. So I'm gonna put all of the parts to each pump in big Ziploc bags and then I'm gonna have to put together a box of all of my like breastfeeding stuff. Last drawer over here is for all of our dish towels. I just honestly need to refold all of these, but this one is for Valentine's Day, so I need to put this with all of my seasonal decor. But other than that, everything else in here is fine. So that's it. We ended up emptying, wait, no, this is just Ziploc bags in here, so that's fine too. We ended up completely emptying this drawer up here, and it honestly is making me really sad. I would say most of our dishes are fine. I don't really need to declutter them. I feel like everything we're just gonna keep at this point. It's pretty clean in this cabinet. Same thing goes for down here. This drawer is just straws, coffee pods for our Nespresso. This cabinet down here is just our air fryer and toaster. So that's all fine. Now for the drawers in our kitchen island. This one is just for all of our silverware. I think I honestly went through this not too long ago. We just have like a bunch of straws for our reusable cups. And I remember getting rid of a lot of them. We have all of Chloe's utensils here. These are really great for when Chloe's teething and you can like freeze yogurt in them or put berries and she just gets to chew on it. So I think we're gonna hang on to that. I'm not really sure about keeping like these spoons because she has kind of like grown out of that phase. She's been using like bigger regular spoons now, but everything else is fine. We just have like our measuring cups, silverware, and everything in here. But we definitely need to go through these drawers with all of the random utensils and everything.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end.
Now I have this avocado tool and I'm trying to decide if it's something that I need or not. I have honestly not used it. I usually just use a regular knife. It does have this handy little tool that you use to get the pit out of the avocado, which is nice, but realistically, I just never use this thing. So I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile.
Close the chapter, dignified. Dang girl, you did it again.
I'd say it looks a little bit better in here. And then these two bottom drawers down here are just our Tupperware. Honestly, I feel like it's one of the most organized parts of our kitchen, surprisingly, because I feel like Tupperware is just always unorganized. But we just got this new set at Costco of these Pyrex containers. So it's now taking up 2 drawers. It's just taking up so much space. So hopefully our new kitchen will be more functional. Battery on my camera's dying and Chloe just woke up from her nap. So I'm gonna make her some lunch. I think I'm gonna go get some lunch out possibly, but either way, we're gonna take a lunch break, charge my battery, and then get back into it. We're actually kind of sort of getting close to being done. Took a little break to have lunch and spend some playtime with Chloe, FaceTimed with Andrew, switched out her toys. I swear by a toy rotation, it works so well because she should play pretty independently here for a little bit so I can finish up the kitchen. I think we ended up finishing up these drawers over here. This cabinet, I don't think, no, it doesn't really have anything. It's actually pretty well organized over here. So now all we have left is this side of the kitchen. Honestly, I don't think there's really too much in here. I might actually check all of the spices, see if any of them are expired. And when we move, I actually want to like get new containers for my spices and kind of make them look more aesthetic looking. But everything else, like as far as cups, wine glasses, I like all of them. I don't think I have anything I need to get rid of, but we are gonna go through the spices. Actually a couple of days ago. It was driving me crazy, so I don't need to do the fridge today, but I am gonna look through the pantry, see what's expired, see what we need to get rid of, and then that's gonna be the last spot I think of today. Finally, there's a lot of clutter here on the counter that I need to sort, like what goes to Goodwill, what needs to go in the trash, but we're almost done. Finally, it took us like all day. After today, that took way longer than expected. So did the closet clean out. I always underestimate how long it's gonna take and think it's gonna only take a couple hours, and it ends up taking the entire day. But it feels so good to have everything kind of like reorganized in a way. Stuff that we don't need is gonna get out of the house. I have a whole box that's gonna go to Goodwill, so I'm gonna put that in the car once Chloe goes to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of this Declutter With Me series. There's gonna be another one, and then of course moving vlogs. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss those, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I post on there every day as well. And I will see you guys next time.